How do Agile coaches create impact for their clients? And how do we measure the effectiveness of these coaches working with these clients on their Agile transformation journey? These are the two key questions this report attempts to answer. So let's dive in. How do Agile coaches create an impact on the organizations that they work with? How do we measure the impact of Agile coaches had on their clients? These are the two key questions this report attempts to answer. Let's review the State of Agile Coaching report published recently by Scrum Alliance. This is the second edition of this report. This is the second edition of the annual report published by Scrum Alliance in partnership with ICAgile and the Business Agility Institute. This is essentially their attempt to analyze the emerging profession of Agile coaching. So they look at various different aspects that I would like to walk us through in this video. So as we know, Agile coaching remains to be a growing field, and there is definitely demand for qualified coaches. And that demand will continue to grow as there is a wider acceptance of this role in the marketplace. Now, Agile coaches work at different levels in the organization. So you may be specializing in the leadership coaching, for example. Agile coaches could be working as the business coaches. And most often, this is what happens, that the Agile coaches are working as the team coaches. You could also be technical coach for a team, for the organization. So again, there is a greater need for coaches to work at different levels within the organization. So this report attempts to do some analysis of this emerging profession of Agile coaching. Through this report, they are hoping to provide clarity on the true value of Agile coaches, as well as the knowledge, the expertise, and skills necessary to create that value for their organization. One of the key goals of this report is to amplify the impact of Agile coaching, amplify the impact of Agile coaches on their teams as well as the organizations. So this report does analysis of all the different aspects of being an Agile coach. It looks at the impact of Agile coaching certification. It also looks at the continuous learning aspect, as well as where these coaches are working, what are the income levels, and of course, what are the challenges they are facing as they work with their teams, with the organization in the real world. As we discussed earlier, Agile coaches can specialize in different aspects such as leadership coaching, business coaching, team coaching, technical coaching. Above all, though, the biggest impact that coaches can create is on helping the organization shift towards Agile mindset and culture. And I believe Agile coaches can create big long-term impact by helping the organization in shifting to the Agile mindset and culture. That is where we as Agile coaches can create the biggest impact. And this would be a long-term impact. Looking at the certifications, as to what certifications and how many certifications these Agile coaches hold, 98% of the respondents mentioned that they hold one or more Agile coaching related certifications. 19% of them hold coaching specific certifications such as CEC, ICAgile ACC, or ICF-MCC. So those are the three major certifications in the marketplace. CEC is from the Scrum Alliance, ICP-ACC is from ICAgile, and then ICF-MCC is from the International Coaching Federation. And if we dive a little bit deeper here, as you can see, the data has been sliced in multiple ways here. If you look at it, the professional level certifications, about 61% are from ICAgile. So more than 60% of the professional level certifications are from ICAgile. So all these coaches having all these certifications and all that, great, awesome. But how do these coaches find the job in the marketplace? If you look at that, the most effective mode of getting these jobs is the word of mouth. About 45% of the jobs are filled through this word of mouth. And the second most popular method is, of course, the job boards such as LinkedIn Jobs. So that is how the coaches are finding the jobs. But how much do they make? These coaches, the salary range is pretty wide here. These coaches can make anywhere from 50,000 to 200,000. That's the range. Of course, there are some who make more than that, but that is very small part of the population that's making that kind of money. So we know the agile coaching job is in demand. We talked about the certifications as to what certifications are widely used or widely accepted. And we also talked about the salary as to how much money these agile coaches can make. Let's talk about the coaching profession itself. As we know, coaching profession is not an easy one. As I like to say, agile coaching is a thankless job. You are in the business of change, pushing change in the organizations you work with, pushing changes in the teams that you work with. And you are in the business of getting yourself out of business. Looking at the challenges facing agile coaches, the most difficult is the cultural and mindset change. As we can imagine, changing a mindset is the most difficult. The second biggest challenge is the organizational structures. Oftentimes, organizations will start their agile journey without having the structure that is well suited for that agile transformation journey. Oftentimes, the organizational structure is prohibitive of that agile journey. So, yes, the first challenge is the culture and mindset shift. The second challenge is the organizational structure. Want to look at one more challenge? Of course, the challenge number 3 is the resistance from the leadership. Oftentimes, again, organizations will start their agile journey without having the leadership, without having the management on board. And that's not going to help the organization in the long run either. Even with all these challenges, organizations, as we know, more and more organizations are jumping on this agile journey for various reasons, and that's probably a topic for another video. But for now, we know that more and more organizations are taking on this agile journey. We know all these challenges. Even with all these challenges, companies are investing a lot of time and money and energy on this agile journey. So the biggest question for the organizations is, how long does it take for a company to take for this agile journey? As an organization, I'm putting all this time, energy, resources, and money into this agile journey. How long does it take for me to finish this agile journey? So, again, this survey did look at this aspect also and found out that most companies' agile journey is anywhere from 1 to 6 years. So, yes, it takes time, and the organization have to be patient with this transformation journey. On an average, it takes about 2 years for any organization to realize the return on their investment for this agile journey. And this is per the Business Agility report. And I will link that video also in the description below. So, the key here is you need to be patient as you go on this agile journey. Know that it can take anywhere from 1 to 6 years to be on this agile journey. Know that it can take up to 2 years before you realize any return on this investment. So be patient, keep going on and on and on your agile journey. All right, let's summarize this. Looking at the agile coaching marketplace, most common professional level certifications are the ICP-ACC, the CSP-ACM. As far as the master level certifications, again, you see ICAgile, ICAC, which is the expert level agile coaching from ICAgile. CEC and CTC are from Scrum Alliance. So these are the expert level certifications. Looking at the salary, as we talked about, it could range anywhere from 50,000 to 200,000. The biggest impact that agile coaches can make is the mindset and cultural shift, and that is where the agile coaches can make the biggest impact. Want your voice heard? Participate. The survey for the next year's report is open. So, take that survey now. Link in the description below.